Hi, welcome to Oma's Kitchen.
Oregano.
Let's make a pot of saffron rice. This is saffron. This is the stamen of a crocus flower. That's what saffron is. It's called the most expensive spice in the world, but that's pound for pound. It takes a lot of little saffron threads to make a pound of saffron. Yes, it's expensive, but what you see here in this little bottle that I have is enough for probably 5 big pots of saffron rice. So it's not as expensive as people think it is. It gives rice this beautiful color and provides an earthy flavor to the rice, which goes very, very well with Middle Eastern food. The way to use saffron correctly is to have a little bowl of water that you heat up in the microwave and make it good and warm but not boiling. And then you put your saffron threads in the water about 10 minutes before you make the rice. It's called opening up your saffron because these are dried. The saffron actually responds to the water and it starts to open up and it starts to make the water a very deep orange color. And that's when you would add the saffron along with the water it's in into your pot of rice. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna use basmati rice because it's my favorite. We're gonna use 2 cups of basmati rice, 3 cups of broth. I will use the better than bouillon to make the broth. Saffron, salt, olive oil, about half of this onion or maybe even a little less, and some flaked sweetened coconut. Adding just a handful of flaked coconut thrown into the pot with the saffron helps to keep your rice tender and it makes a nice flavor with the saffron. So we're gonna make a pot of my homemade coconut saffron rice. Let's get started. Now I will take my approximately, I don't know, 1/3 of a cup of water, and I'll heat it in the microwave for 30 seconds and get it good and hot before I add the saffron threads to it. You can see the steam coming off of that water. I don't really measure it. It's somewhere between 1/2 of a teaspoon of saffron and a whole teaspoon of saffron. The better quality saffron threads are red. Orange or yellow saffron threads are lower quality. These are beautiful, deep red saffron threads. That's what you're looking for. So actually I need a few more into my... So that's somewhere between 1/2 teaspoon and a teaspoon. Into the water they go. So I'm going to leave that sit for a few minutes. And I'm actually going to go heat up the water for the broth in the microwave. So we will add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil into the bottom of the pan. Turn on the heat. We will add the chopped onions to the pan. get those frying a little in the olive oil, so medium-high heat. Mix them up a little bit. Okay. What I have here is 2 cups of rinsed basmati rice, my saffron that we've opened up in hot water. I have 3 cups of chicken broth. You could use vegetable broth as well. Doesn't have to be chicken broth. In goes our rice. Stir that in with the onions a little. Get it mixed up with the olive oil. Turn it up a little bit because we're going to want to bring this to a boil. Alright, here's the fun part. 3 cups of broth. And then we want our saffron with the water that it's been opened up in. And try to make sure you can get all the threads out of there. Sometimes they stick to the bowl. That's where the color for this beautiful rice comes from. We want a teaspoon of salt. A whole teaspoon because rice really eats salt. And you definitely need salt in this. It helps bring the saffron flavor in. Let me stir this in a little bit. Look at those beautiful saffron threads through there. Sometimes if I have a red bell pepper, I will chop pieces of red bell pepper with the onion and add that to this as well. I don't have any today. It's just as good without it. This is a handful of flaked sweetened coconut. See? I didn't really measure it. I'll just throw that in there. Mix it together. Bring it to a boil. You can make this without the flaked coconut. The coconut just brings it to a whole new level, that's all. You can make this without red bell pepper like I'm doing today. You should use the onion. You should open up your saffron. And you should use olive oil in the bottom of your pan and salt. When it's boiling into the center on high, not just around the edges, but actually in the center. And don't start your timing for rice until you actually bring it to a boil. Oh, can you smell it? That saffron smell with the onion is just so nice. Okay. We've got a good rolling boil here. Oh, and I see boiling in the center. So, cover it down to low. Timer. I'm setting mine for 22 minutes because it's basmati rice. If you're just using white rice, maybe 20 to 21 minutes. Let's turn it off. You can see the coconut and saffron. Let me make make sure I've steamed it. Oh yeah. See me fluffing it up a little bit. Thank you for joining me in Oma's Kitchen. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll upload more tasty videos soon, and a special shout out to Moon Pie and Lil Bit. Till next time.